Hi. Hi. So, how are you guys doing today? It's kind of getting, like, all of a sudden, it's getting colder right now, and I'm kind of feeling like, oh, like winter is coming. So, I need to enjoy the summer as much as possible while it's summer. So, yeah. But today, I was kind of thinking about my relationship, or yeah, I would say relationship between social media. You know, it's kind of like mainstream, and that occupies a lot of our lives. Does that make sense, right? And then not gonna lie, I hate social media actually. Even though I am posting my original contents on social media because I thought I've talked about this in maybe my old videos, but the reasons why I am posting videos on YouTube and Instagram is because social media has, like I said, such a huge power impact on our lives, and it's the easiest and fastest way to like spread my energy throughout the world. So yeah, that's why I am creating videos and posting videos on social media. But if social media didn't have that much power as it does right now, I wouldn't do it. I just want to stay away from social media as long as I can because it's toxic for me actually. When I'm scrolling on social media and like seeing comment section in all videos, 10 out of 10 times, if that video went viral, there's like hate comments or some sort of like negative comments on the comment section. But I feel like people are kind of too interfering with others' lives too much, and I will be like, everyone is just shut that hell up, you know, like literally just too much. Sometimes people are interfering with others' lives too much, so I will be like, just shut that hell up, please. It's not your life. And sometimes like these comments get too aggressive and too negative, even though that person didn't do anything wrong. Just like some people just post videos about like their own lives, like vlog, something like that, and that there's no harm, or there's no, like, normally no one can be triggered by that video, like vlog videos. But some people would hate, or you know, say something bad or negative to that person for doing that. But it's just too much and toxic. I know it's not all about that, you know, like so many, like it's also can be a good way to connect with like right people for you. But you know, it's just too much and too toxic, like I'm saying. So that's why I wanted to talk about social media and what I think about social media, because this is my inner world diary. So yes, and because of social media developed, we're easy to compare myself to others, right? And then that also kind of, every time I watch social media, I'll scroll on social media. After that, I will be like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. But I don't know why. Maybe dopamine, I can get instant dopamine hit, so I can't stop doing it. I can stop it. Like, you know, sometimes like an hour or a couple of hours will melt because I scrolled down, brain dead, scrolled, and then I realized Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I've been doing this an hour? Kind of like that, and then kind of be negative, because there's no good for me actually scrolling on social media unless I am kind of watching educating videos or something I am interested in. But yeah, comparison. That's also I want to talk about, because comparison. Yeah, like I said, it's so much easier to like see people's lives, even though that's not everything. That's not their everything, It's their social media is just kind of like place to show off or flex. I don't blame that. It's just, it is what it is, right? But it is what it is, so I don't blame anyone, or it's just the way it is, right? It is what it is. And so the grass is always greener on the other side, right? And I get jealous, and I feel like I don't deserve, or I am incapable of achieving what people are doing on social media, and get negative and beat myself up, but now that I know, it's not everything, and it's just little, very, very little part of their lives. They're like, yeah, it's not everything. They're also struggling, they're also worrying about things, they're also be negative also, and they are always like we're just humans at the end of the day. No matter how that people look successful, no matter how much that person or that people achieved or done so far, does that make sense? So we're humans at the end of the day, and but when I'm scrolling on social media, especially Instagram, I feel like, I can't distinguish between real and false, or like fake. So many like fake news and fake informations on social media, and sometimes I just catch that information from the app, and then I will believe that fully. But it's so dangerous, and you should not do it, right? So I am trying not to do it, but when it comes to like something I know, or something I'm really interested in, or yeah, something like that, like related, these kind of interested topics for me, I will just take the information from the social media and believe that it's everything. And also it's not everything, and it's not everything, that's what I said, but it's not also like I can't think of the word. It's not truth, something like that. So, and then comparison. This is not what I wanted to talk. What was it? But and it's just natural for us to compare ourselves to others. It's kind of natural, right? And I feel like no comparison, like zero comparison throughout our lives, is kind of like impossible thing to do. So what I'm trying right now is just don't care. Every time I scroll on social media, I'll compare myself to that person, these people on social media, and I always get negative emotions for, like, I feel inferior. I am inferior, and I'm incapable, because there's so many people are achieving and like working really, really hard for their dreams and goals, but every time that happens in my mind, I will tell my brain or mind that I don't care, whatever. It's whatever. It's just whatever. literally, it's whatever. Because, comparison, I've talked about this like a long time ago, but no one can be exactly the same. We have completely different backgrounds, we have completely different perspectives, we have completely different perception, and we experienced so many different things, and also age is different. Where you and I am from is different. Everything is different, and there's no way exactly the same person who experienced the same thing and at the same time and same background, same family dynamics, or like everything completely same as myself, yourself, right? Like there's no way. Everyone is different. So using comparison to compete with someone, like if that feels you to like work harder, then I think you can do it. But if you get negative out of doing that, you should not do it, because it's just not fair comparison. Like there's no way. Like we're different, and we have different dreams and goals and everything, and situation is different, environment is different, and resources we can access is different for each person, and like everything is different. So comparing myself to others or comparing yourself to someone is kind of like nonsense, I would say. So yeah, and social media, scrolling social media kind of always force me, or I habitually compare myself to others while scrolling. But it's just, yeah, I don't care. I just don't care. Whatever. Yep. And social media is kind of like, if you can use it, I would say in a right way. I don't know what is the right way. It's really powerful and strong tool, but side effect of social media is kind of like destroying people's brains and minds. So before, like when I was back in high school student, I was scrolling every single day. Whenever I have time, I was always like scrolling, like open social media, open Instagram and TikTok, and scroll, like endlessly, whenever I have time. And I was always depressed, and I was always negative, and I was always comparing myself to others, and always getting jealous of those people that I've seen on social media. And I watched a video about dopamine detox, and I tried it, and my brain is clear and working efficiently, and I was always like positive. Like I didn't get like depressed or get negative easily compared to when I was scrolling. And then like so many like good effects, good outcomes, good effects, so many good things. So maybe you should try. It's kind of hard to do it like for a week. It's nearly impossible. Like you have to do it slowly, first time like a day or 30 minutes, or whenever you can try the minimum length, and then you can make it longer as you get used to it. So yeah, dopamine detox is really recommended, I would say. It's you were not gonna regret it. As a person who doesn't reply often, like I don't reply to people that much often, and I don't sometimes I like my friend one of my friends always get angry because of that, but I don't reply that much often. So but it's kind of like it's kind of my way to save my energy and my time. So and as a person who does that, I can say like everything can be waited out at least, like I wouldn't say half a day or a day, you know, like there's no, you know, every time I try that, like when I was scrolling like crazily, like my fingerprints were wearing off almost, that much scrolling. What I used to think about was kind of like what if there's emergency, but if I am doing dopamine detox, then what happens if emergency situation happens, like, you know? But it's kind of true, and I don't know what happens, so I cannot say 100% it's not gonna happen, but 99% of the time it's not gonna happen, and everything can be waited for a bit. Replying back like messages, for example, it doesn't have to be right away, or you know, it can be waited. And yeah, dopamine detox is really recommended. And what else I wanted to talk about? Comparison. No need to compare, but zero comparison is kind of like impossible thing to do. So when that happens in your mind or in your brain, you will be like, whatever, I don't care, it's just whatever. It's not everything, and this is not everything, and I have my own life, and I am doing what I want, what I am supposed to do, and I am trying my best all the time, no matter what. And this is my life, and everyone is different, so no need to compare myself to others and feel bad, feel negative about it. No, I literally feel like everyone's timeline is totally different. Does that make sense? Like when they get successful, or when they face obstacles, or you know, hardships, or you know, when they have like brightest, happiest moment of their lives, or you know, like timing is totally different. So maybe if you are going through a lot and you're hitting rock bottom, and then if you scroll on social media and there's so many like successful people are on social media and sharing lots of things, and you feel inferior, or you're incapable, or why am I like this, you know, starting to doubt yourself, questioning yourself. But it's just like I said, everyone is different. Literally everyone is different. So that's what I think. Yeah. And if you can, no need to compare. But if it's impossible, for me personally, it's impossible thing to do. So when that happens, all you gotta do is just say whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. In your mind, in your brain. Yeah. So don't spend too much time scrolling social media and consuming, but instead you can start creating something. I don't know. But you know, just don't spend too much on social media. It's just, you know, I feel like without like cell phones, without like social media like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, without these things, we used to like read a book or hang out with friends, talking, walking, running. You know, it was kind of way healthier than than it is right now. So I kind of miss these days, and I hope someday social media get banned, or you know, some sort of new healthy like platform or way to connect with people on the internet. What did I just say? I don't remember, but anyways, but thank you so much for watching today's video. Today's videos is also gonna be long, but thank you if you are still watching till this moment. I really appreciate you. I genuinely hope you have wonderful, awesome today or weekends, or have dinner, have lunch, whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.